Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 4 of learning Chinese from absolute zero. My name is Imad, I'm a polyglot and I have spent most of my life learning languages and learning about the best methods to learn a language. In my opinion, this is one of the best, if not the best, course in the world to learn Chinese. In the previous lessons, we learned 6 Chinese characters. Also, we learned about the Chinese tones. In this lesson, we'll continue learning more basic and essential Chinese characters. Now, our previous video only got 6 views, and 3 of them was just me refreshing and editing the details. But that won't discourage me. I know the content quality is really high, and this is very valuable information. You need the same mentality when you're learning Chinese. You need to be tough and resilient. Very soon, you'll be amazed by how good your Chinese has become and how such a difficult language that seemed almost impossible to learn, you have mastered it so easily. And from now on, I'll be using the strokeorder.com. So first we will look at how the character is written, and then we'll also write it here. With that being said, let's start lesson 4, and let's look at the first character of today's lesson. Very well, let's also write it here. 1, 2, okay, and then 3, 4, this one's a little bit more bent, and 5. So this character is written in 5 strokes or 5 motions. And if you remember, I told you that this box shape is extremely important, and we will be seeing it in many more characters in the future, and today is one of those instances. So it's just a box with these 2 lines. Now let's write the pinyin. This character is si. If you remember, this is the tone number 4, the 4th tone, si. The 4th tone was from high to low. Si. Try to say it out loud. Si. This means number 4. Okay, we already learned 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it was time to learn number 4. Si. Let's write it again. 1, 2, this is one motion, and then before closing it, if it was just a box, we'll just close it on the 3rd motion. But this is a new character, so we first make these 2, and then we close it. Okay, let's write it again. This is si. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I stop here, but you continue writing it as many times as you need. And also, I think it's essential that you come back to it. For example, today you write it 5 or 10 times. Tomorrow, come back again and write it again 5 to 10 times. And then the day after. If you could do that for 2 or 3 days, then you will be able to remember and learn this character perfectly well. Because even if you learn it right now, it's possible that you might forget it tomorrow, or you might forget the sound or one stroke. That is perfectly fine. As I said in previous videos, in order to learn something very well, we need to forget that thing multiple times. So each time you forget it and you learn it again, you're one step closer to remembering this character forever. When I was in Taiwan and I was taking elevators, I noticed number 4 was missing in most of the buildings. So it was number 1, number 2, number 3, and then it was number 5. I always thought that maybe number 4 is some kind of a secret room or like some kind of a special room that we're not allowed to go in. But later I learned that number 4 in Chinese, si, is kind of similar to another word, si, which means death. Although they are written completely differently, and also they are a different tone. Number 4, conveniently, is the 4th tone, but the death is the 3rd tone, si. So just because it sounds a little bit similar to death, a lot of the buildings, they do not have the 4th floor. Or they have it, but they just call it the 5th floor. And this is especially true in the hospitals. Alright, now let's try to count the numbers from 1 to 4 one more time. You try to say it once, and I will go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? We can write it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to repeat after me. 1, 2, 3, 4. When we learn a few more important characters in the future lessons, we'll be able to make a lot of useful sentences from these numbers. But for now, let's look at the next character. Very well, this is a very easy character. 1. Alright, that's just number 1. And then we draw a ren inside. So we have learned both of them, but separately. These two together will become da. Da. For stone, say it out loud. Da. Da. Da means big in Chinese. If you look at the ancient way of writing the character, it does look like a person standing like this, a massive shadow or a massive person. So this one is really easy to remember because the shape is quite clear. Let's write it again. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So each character that we learn, we might be able to see them in the future more complex characters. For example, this shape is made from this and this. So we have learned each of them separately. Right again. Da. 1, 2, 3. Da. 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 And now we can actually make one useful word in Chinese. You try to read this one first. This one. This one. So this is one word, but made from 2 characters. You try to read it. What is this one? We just studied it. Da. And this one? Ren. So da ren, big person. So da ren in Chinese means an adult, okay? A grown-up person. A big person becomes adult. That is the importance of learning Chinese characters. Instead of learning a new vocabulary, adult, we just combine 2 characters to form a new word. Da ren, which is really easy and intuitive. Da ren means adult. Now let's look at the next character. Let's write it here. There's only 3 strokes. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This one is xiǎo. Xiǎo. Let's look at the letter X in the pinyin. Xiǎo. This is similar to sh sound, sh, but instead of sh, we just open our lips or mouth a little bit more. Xiǎo. Xiǎo. So just try to open your mouth or widen your mouth a bit more and then pronounce this. Xiǎo. If it's sh, xiǎo, xiǎo, xiǎo. Okay? Xiǎo, you already know this word. I know. There's a company called Xiaomi. The first letter of that company is this character. Xiǎo. Xiǎo means small. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Try to write it with me. 1, 2, 3. Xiǎo. Xiǎo. You keep writing it 10 times, 20 times until you master the character. Now we can actually make another word as well. If we say, what is this? Da. Okay, da means big, and this character that we studied, xiǎo. Okay, dàxiǎo, dàxiǎo, big, small. This means size in Chinese. Okay, you want to buy a piece of cloth, you want to buy something, you ask about the size. This dàxiǎo means size, and it's really easy to understand. Big, small. So fortunately, Chinese is a very logical language, and most of the words are meaningful like this. 大小 means size. 大小, 大小. Now, because we don't know enough characters, we cannot use this word in a sentence. But very soon, we'll be able to use all the characters in useful sentences. Now, let's look at the next character. And because this one is really easy, we don't need to look at the stroke order. So, 1, 2, 3. So this is just like the box, but a little bit wider, okay? And then one line that cuts through it. What do you think this word means? If I have something, I cut it in half. This word means middle, okay? Look how intuitive it is. One rectangle, and then you just cut it in the middle. That means middle. And this character is zhōng, zhōng. Now a new sound, ZH, zhōng, zhōng. It's similar to J like James, but a little bit heavier. Zhōng, zhōng, zhōng. Just try to repeat after me. It's perfectly fine if you cannot say it the same way, but if you keep practicing, very soon you'll be able to pronounce it just perfectly. Zhōng, zhōng, zhōng. All right. Zhōng means middle. Let's write it again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Again, the same stroke order for the box. Although the shape is a little bit different, a little bit longer, but the stroke order for the box is still the same. Zhōng, zhōng, zhōng. Zhōng means middle or center. I should have said center as well. When we say the country China, we say Zhōngguó, middle country. Guo means country or nation. Because ancient Chinese, they saw their land and country as a center of civilization and center of the world. So that makes sense when you say Zhōngguó, center or middle, and then country. Now the guo character, that nation or country, we will study it in the future lessons, but it's just good to know the sound for now. Zhōngguó, zhōngguó, you just know the first character. So far, we've learned these characters. Try to pronounce this one. What does it mean? It means number 4. And how is it read? 四, 四. Okay. Next character. Okay. This looks like a person standing. Very big one. So, 大, 大 meaning big. Then the next one. 小, 小. We said we open our mouth a little bit more. 小. 小. And then we also said 大小 means size, big, small. And also 小 is the first letter of the company's name, Xiaomi. And finally, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 中. 中 meaning middle or center. And we said 中国 means China because they thought their land was the center of the world or center of civilization. All right, let's look at the next character. We're almost finished. Very well. Let's write it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This is a ren in the middle. Only these two lines are new. This one is ho, ho. Okay, it's a third tone. Ho. The third tone, we start high, we go low, and then we go up again. Ho, ho. Try to repeat after me. Ho. I will show you the ancient way of writing this character, and then you try to guess the meaning, okay? I'll show it here. Take a look at it. Okay, this character means fire. It really resembles a flame or a small bonfire. Let's write it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Ho, ho. 1, 2. Okay, from outside to inside. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for many years I was writing this character with one wrong stroke order. I was writing it like this. I would do the ren and then this one. Although it might look the same, but it's really important to learn the correct stroke order. I don't know when I started writing this character in a wrong stroke order, but that just shows the importance of learning the correct stroke order in the beginning. Once you learn the correct way, and once it's engraved in your memory, it's really hard for you to make a mistake. So I must have made that mistake very early on and not realizing it. But you don't need to worry about that because you're learning it the correct way, okay? 1, 2, then 3, 4. Practice as many times as you need until it becomes a permanent memory in your brain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's look at the last character of today's lesson. Very well, let's write it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? This is xin, xin. Okay, it's the same X as xiǎo, but this one is the first tone and is xin, xin. It's first tone, xin. I'm going to show you one of the earliest versions of writing this character thousands of years ago, and you try to guess the meaning. I believe this one is really easy to spot. Okay, did you guess it? Well, this word means heart. This character has changed so many times, and I'm really glad that we're not using that one. But over time, it has become like this. It still resembles one of the chambers of the heart, but not as complex as in the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now actually, this line should be a little bit more outside. I made a small mistake. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Okay. So when I'm drawing this character, I really feel like I'm drawing a heart. So this is like the lower part of the heart. Xin, xin, xin. Let's write it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, that was 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's learn one very useful word. You have to say this one first. What was this one? Okay, do you remember this one? Xiǎo, xiǎo means small, and then xin means heart. Okay, together, xiǎoxīn, xiǎoxīn. This is a very useful word, meaning to be careful. When you tell someone, hey, be careful, you say xiǎoxīn, xiǎoxīn. And then after we learn more characters, we'll be able to make some useful sentences from this word. But even by itself, when you want to tell someone to be careful, you just say 小心, okay? 小心. Remember the tones, and then you'll just sound like a native speaker. 小心, 小心. Alright, that was the last character of today's lesson. In total, we learned 6 characters. So in the previous lessons, we already learned 6 characters. Today is 6. So in total, we've learned 12 characters. Trust me, 12 characters is a lot. Treat it with respect and know that it's extremely valuable. It might not sound much, but once we learn a few more characters, you'll be able to make so many useful sentences that you'll be amazed. So try to practice all the characters and words that we studied. Try to repeat them out loud. Even if you cannot pronounce them well, even if you cannot hear them well, it's perfectly fine. We're gonna practice every single one of them so many times in a future lesson. So this is the end of lesson 4, and I will see you in the next lesson.